There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, a hole.
Then mended dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then mended dear Henry, dear Henry, mend it.
With what shall I mend it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I mend it, dear Liza? With what?
With straw, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With straw, dear Henry, dear Henry, with straw.
The straw is too long, dear Liza, dear Liza. The straw is too long, dear Liza, too long.
Then cut it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then cut it, dear Henry, dear Henry, cut it.
With what shall I cut it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I cut it, dear Liza? With what?
With a knife, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With a knife, dear Henry, dear Henry, a knife.
The knife is too dull, dear Liza, dear Liza. The knife is too dull, dear Liza, too dull. Then sharpen it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then sharpen it, dear Henry, dear Henry, sharpen it. With what shall I sharpen it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I sharpen it, dear Liza? With what?
With a stone, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry,
Dear Henry.
with a stone, dear Henry, dear Henry, a stone.
The stone is too dry, dear Liza, dear Liza. The stone is too dry, dear Liza, too dry. Then wet it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then wet it, dear Henry, dear Henry, wet it. With what shall I wet it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I wet it, dear Liza? With what?
With the water, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With the water, dear Henry, dear Henry, with water.
With what shall I fetch it, dear Liza, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I fetch it, dear Liza? With what? Then fetch it in a bucket, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then fetch it in a bucket, dear Henry, a bucket. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, a hole. Badum!